So it's like
That's
I figured,
not always true. I mean, a couple of things, and I just, let's
but
keep this
like
for the questions.
yeah, but like I said, I was like, oh, I think he's too busy. I don't think he's gonna say yeah or anything, or maybe he's not gonna have the
No, no,
interest. But I
no.
figured,
I'd be happy to. I'll make time for something like this. I'm kind of like, I don't know, kind of honored a little bit. I
well,
didn't know
we're
anybody was
both
that
honored
interested
then.
in whatever I did. Yeah.
I mean, the honor's all to the both of us then, I guess.
Let's keep it at that, yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'm not gonna waste any more time and just start this shit right there. This is a great, amazing
Sure.
start. So, yo, hello, welcome everybody. Guess who we have? And if you don't know, well, I mean, you're gonna know in like a minute. So, I didn't think he'd be here. I didn't think I'd have anybody to like do another one of these, but I guess I was wrong. All cool shit. So, tell me a bit about yourself, man.
Well, my name's Peachbomb. I am a 31-year-old man who plays make-believe on the internet. And it's honestly been one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. I come from redacted. I'm quite paranoid about my personal information, so if I'm
It's
not really
all
gonna give too
good.
much. Although I will say I am European. A lot of people have stated that they would never have guessed, which I'm kind of stoked about because that just means I'm doing a good job hiding my accent.
Oh yeah, you definitely like. If it wasn't for time zone, I would have been fooled as well.
Ooh, just check with my waist over here is doing a janky thing. There we go.
Jinky's just the second name of the VR chat.
It's VR chat scuff. We all love VR chat scuff.
Yeah. Speaking of VR chat, how long have you been on it?
I've been on VR chat in general about 6 years, I believe.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I started when I was about 25, I think. I was like off and on because I am terribly shy when meeting new people, at least IRL. So it was
You don't strike me
definitely
the
hard
guy
in the
shy in VR.
No, see, that's the beauty of it. In VR, nobody knows. It's a weird, like, psychological thing. In VR, nobody knows my face. Nobody knows who I am. So it's very easy for me to just walk up to somebody, say, "Hey, how you doing?" and just instantly start a conversation or make friends or anything. It's much easier on the internet.
I know.
Because there's like the anonymity of it makes it so much easier. Like nobody judges you because everybody is,
like anybody could judge you, but it's like, what are you gonna do? You're here with me
I'm a
too,
guy
you
in a leopard
dumbass.
suit. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you think I'm an outcast? You're an outcast too. Fuck you.
Exactly. The VR chat is full of people that can be, I wouldn't say qualified or whatever as outcasts or whatever, but definitely it's just my kind of people, really. Yeah, definitely.
And how did this whole VR chat journey start? Like, did you start it on desktop? You were like, oh, cool, because that's before the Knuckles.
No, I've never been on desktop. At least when I'm exploring worlds, I'm usually on desktop. But just in general, I've always been in VR. I started with watching videos of streamers at the time of like like the OGs, like guys like Bonfire, I think like Lolathon, all like the kind of like memers and whatnot.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this looks like so much fun, but I have no money. So that's roughly around the time where I finally got my first actually like good paying job, which lasted about a month. And I
Oof.
said, you know, I made a chunk of change. Fuck it, I'm gonna do something for myself, and then I'm gonna look for a job. As that's when I got like the OG Oculus Rift, and that's
Okay.
where I started basically. And the person that I run my roleplay server with now is the first friend that I made in VR chat.
Nice. I like a story like that. That's so fucking cool. Like the first person I've met,
Yeah.
I've never seen after. It's like, y'all fuck off. And like, my first friends are long gone. But I love a story like that. Like,
Yeah,
gee, man.
it's also the reason why I have Discord now.
Really?
VR chat is the reason why. Yeah. I didn't have Discord at all, and it's even been the reason why I now have a relationship with somebody from another country, for example.
Nice. VR chat making shit happen. Let's go.
Oh, I've heard many stories these days. Like, there's so many people now that go and they meet somebody on VR chat. They have an online relationship, and then sometimes just visit the person or visit new friends or whatever. I mean, I visited her, she's visited me, and it's been balling. It's been great.
Dude, good news. Fuck yeah. So,
Yeah.
you got into VR chat for the memes? Or you just found it too cool to like, you were like, I'm gonna be the next guy to do that.
Oh no. Not, like, I've never been good at avatar making, so doing memes and whatnot that was never in my wheelhouse. I did make one or two like mini kind of avatars. At the time, I was using a Garrus Vicarian model from Mass Effect. Like, I
Okay.
was so stoked on Mass Effect at the time. So Garrus, my favorite character, that was the go-to model that I could find. It was easy to upload. So I just made variations of that with, like, I don't know, like a Mario hat and a mustache, or like a Luigi hat actually, and I made like a Devil May Cry one, and it was so stupid. But yeah, and I just hung out mostly. Yeah, hung out mostly with one friend, and then I met another bunch of people from all over the world that I also met up with several times.
Nice.
And yeah, it's been amazing. And now I'm in this giant ass roleplay community that's
Dude,
been,
it's a
there's
spider
so
web
many.
of stuff that just goes so many places.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Ah.
it's so crazy how big this community. You start to think, okay, I've seen just about everybody in the community, and then you, for example, go to the VRC Discord, scheduling Discord, where there's like Metagram and that sort of thing, you know. And then you see all kinds of names and promotions for role plays, and you just think of, who the fuck is that?
What the fuck? Never
And
seen
then you
or
meet a
heard
whole
from.
bunch of new people. Yeah, exactly. And then you meet a whole bunch of new people. Like, I have, in my role plays one, I have new people coming in almost weekly, and it's just like completely new stories, new characters, and I'm already down to clown for every single one of them. It's great.
Dude, that's fucking lovely. We'll get back to that later though, because I got
Sure,
questions
yeah.
in that.
Please.
So you got into VR chat, you know, all this and VR is great, but do you also play games on the side, or is that just only VR chat? That's like the
Oh,
only
yeah.
game time?
No,
So,
to be fair, I have been playing less and less no regular games outside of this because roleplay has kind of just like it has with almost everybody else has kind of consumed my free time. But yeah, I'm an avid fan of fantasy games, sci-fi stuff. Like my favorite, just in general favorite series ever is the Elder Scrolls, for example.
okay.
Oblivion started my whole obsession with fantasy in general, and it's just been just downhill ever since. But yeah, I sometimes play. Like I finished Portal 2 again, actually today. I finally, after 30 years of life, play the Half-Life games.
Never too late. I still haven't even started any of them. I'm like, it's on my bucket list.
Exactly.
One day.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, I played just about anything except really much like racing games, because that and sports games. It's not really my thing. But, like, if I want to play sports, I'll go and grab a ball and go outside.
It's like, I could play the ball, or I could actually touch grass and just say fuck it to somebody. It's like, yeah.
Exactly. I could actually say fuck it to somebody's window and kick a ball through it.
It's a 2-for-1. Let's fucking go.
Exactly. And then you get cardio from running from the cops. You don't even have to go to the gym.
Day.
There we go. All in the good day's work.
And you save money. You save money from the gym. You save money from the game. You save money all throughout. Wonderful
Exactly.
experience.
Besides that, just I do like me an MMO every now and then, or this a board game is nice too, but I rarely get out of the house except for work.
I get that.
But I'm an avid fan of D&D as well.
Ooh, nice. Nice. I'm gonna have some questions for that as well.
Sure, yeah.
So how long have you been role-playing, like, in general in life? Like, I'm assuming before VR chat.
Ooh. Oh, let me tell you, not at all.
Really?
Yeah, like VR chat roleplay is for real the first foray into roleplay for me. I knew about jack shit about roleplay. I thought it was extremely cringe at first, because I saw I saw LARPers, I saw people role playing in like World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online, and just the one thing that came to mind is like, why? I could not comprehend how, and when I finally started, it was just like I was more observing people and like, wow, they are having like intricate stories and like second lives and whatnot. It's then I got more and more into it, and it's like, okay, this is my life now.
It's like, what is this geeky bullshit? Wait, I kind of like this geeky shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'd always been looking for something that was just, my thing to do, because almost everybody in my real life, just there's not many people that just that share my interests. So to find all these people that I can spend hours upon hours upon hours with, just playing make-believe, is amazing.
Dude, so VR chat once
been
again
like...
starts a fucking passion.
Exactly, and it's been like, I don't know, like almost 3 years actually.
So you're telling me
It's
in
either 2 or
3
3, I don't
years of
remember.
never role-playing before, you started like a whole fucking community that webbed out so many other communities, and it just keeps growing shit like at an exponential fucking level. And the guy's just like, That was shit 5 years ago.
I wouldn't say that we've been like exponentially expanding or anything. It's just I don't know. I've just
I mean,
I
I
don't know how
gotta,
to
I
explain it
gotta
really.
say,
It's just
I gotta say it, because the number of people that I talk to and meet and just fuck around with, and they say like, oh, I got this server, I really wish it worked like Blackstone, because it's so fucking like, everybody's going there, it's a cool place, you got so many people, and it's like, oh, I wish I would, like, I hear that all the time, and there's like, hey, you know, if you want to promote your shit, promote it on the Blackstone server, because that's where it'll be seen, so it's like, dude,
oh yeah,
you're
absolutely.
like, it's like banner title right there.
Oh man, that's good. That's good to hear.
I mean, it's like I have to say it because it just comes to me all the time, and it's like, oh man, Blackstone's good. Oh, I
Okay.
went to Blackstone. I saw this guy. He had a community. I didn't know, but it's like, dude, it starts the web from there. It's like, jeez, Blackstone was my
I
first
think
like
it's
VR community, so
really.
yeah. I mean, I was in some like
That's
card clubs and
cool.
whatnot, but it never really worked out or nothing. And then I went to Blackstone and just like, bam, everything happening.
That's actually extremely humbling to hear.
Oh man, the amount of shit that starts just from one server and like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's
Like
fucking
I never
mind-boggling.
would have imagined that I would be in the position that I am in now. As far as I'm aware, I don't know that many other European servers, but I think we are at least one of the biggest ones in Europe, at the very least.
Well, as far as I'm aware, I'm not like the biggest of like going everywhere and trying everything, but as far as I'm aware, you're just one of the biggest, period, in the metaverse roleplay. Because it's like
Which
s-
is
so many.
extremely.
I mean, like there's closed roleplays that are massive, but they're not like to the metaverse at
Mhm.
all. And as far as metaverse roleplay, there might be like there's a few out there that are pretty big, but to say that like I'm pretty sure you're in the biggest ones.
Well, I'm very, very happy to hear about it. It strokes my ego, but at the same time, at the same time, I'd like to think that we are a bit down to earth at the very least.
Oh, I mean, I'm not polishing your shoes here, sir. Please calm down. But
I mean, you can if you want to, but you know that.
I mean, I'm used to polishing. Have you looked at myself? But so
polishing boy.
fuck off with the coffee. Get your ass over here. Uh, so since you started like the whole roleplay adventure, did you try like D&D or Shadowrun or other like systems out there, or is just strictly?
I've only ever really played D&D with a bunch of IRL people. I've done it online once or twice, but it never really there was always like time zone differences, and that was really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time when my friends are available, that's usually late at night for me, like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Time zone's
So
a
that's
bitch.
always really hard. Because I've been invited several times to go and play stuff like D&D or anything like that, and I'm just like, yeah, this sounds fucking awesome. I want to go and it's like 9 in the evening for you. That means it's like 3 in the morning for me on a Monday when I need to work the next day. Awesome.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure your sleep schedule is inexistent, because I've seen you late for me, and I work the next day. I'm like, what the fuck is that guy up now? Jesus Christ.
I try to keep my sleep schedule consistent to a degree. Like I try to sleep at latest at 1 a.m.
Okay.
But if it's like the weekend or anything, or for example today, like I have not been asked for work tomorrow, so I can go all night if I want to, which I probably will.
uh, so then so what got you into roleplay when you first started to just check out these people? Like something must have sparked you to just go back, because usually when something says, that looks geeky, I don't want to join that, and then suddenly go, hey, I kind of want to learn more. So there's got to be a
To be
flame
honest,
somewhere.
my so the first friend that I made, Blackjack, he's the one who had been trying to pull me into roleplay just in general for 5 whole years. Until I
Okay.
finally caved and said, okay, fuck it, I'll try it once. And then I never stopped.
I mean, you gave it a good try. It's still just one try.
We started in the Great Pug of all places, where we usually hung out and just danced in front of a mirror to like hardcore music.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hardcore music. And it was just like, it was kind of awkward at first, but then I kind of got into it a little bit, and after which he set up a server, just for funsies. We got a couple of people that tracker, be nice.
Please behave.
It's good. That's a good tracker. Anyway, so
There we go.
he set up a server and even made a map, which I don't think is up anymore, but it's just a small like street with a bar there, and I was like, my character, the one that I'm in right now, is the same character that I started with, and I knew fuck all about role playing. I was just like, absolutely, the only thing I've done up until that point was just improvise everything. We had a basic setting, a basic story, roughly, and I was just improvising. I had no background information about my character aside from he worked for Blackjack CEO character.
Okay.
And he was like his on paper personal assistant, but he was like his hitman, his bodyguard, that sort of thing. And from there, I just kind of I had the model already, because at the time a person that we both knew, Nachi, like a great model maker, and he just I once wanted a model just to chill and just have fun with, just mine that wasn't a public one, and so he made one for me, and it was kind of like, okay, this is pretty cool. And it was my old model, with like the loose tie and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of said like, okay, well, I'll just use this model, and it has a gun on it, so it makes sense. It's got fire on it. I put like demon horns on it, that sort of thing. So yeah, I guess I was a demon hitman in a kind of cyberpunk-ish town. Whatever.
Fuck it, let's roll with this shit.
Yeah, and that's where I met a bunch of other people, and slowly other people started to drip in, and from there kind of snowball its way down.
Dude, that's
or up,
nice.
actually.
Well, both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was the first character, but like you made more after that? Like, how many characters do you think you've done?
Okay, so that's the thing. Technically speaking, I didn't really make many of my characters. I have this one, who's called Mr. Bastic. Yes, his first name is actually Mr. That's still a gag that still to this day people are finding out that his actual first name is Mr. And Every single time I get the weirdest reactions. One of them was actually the funniest. While I'm on this subject, real quick.
Go on.
It was on my friend Golgoth character Thorgar Titanbones, the dwarf with the actual like fucking like
the whole brewery on the back.
brewery on his back. That's it. Yeah. So at one point he found out that my character's name was actually Mister, and he just went like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." Oh, fuck you! It was, I broke character right then and there. I could not stop laughing. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. I just had like one character for a long time, and then all of a sudden I had a second character, which was made by my buddy Rin, who asked me to play a villain for his character story, and it was called Vitus, who is a... I mean, I can actually show you real quick if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, go nuts. It's not that we don't have the time, you know?
That's fair, that's fair. Don't want to cause any trouble with loading in and whatnot.
Nah, I got a decent potato. Okay, I've never seen that one.
Okay. So yeah, this is Vitus. He is an Oni. He's holy, radiant, whatever the fuck. And he is an asshole, like a absolute dirtbag. And he runs a gang called the Golden Scales. And Rin basically told me, "This is your character now. Just do whatever you think Vitus would do, because I'm giving him his personality, his voice, and he kind of speaks in a lower tone that I'm more not used to, but I'm slowly growing into it. Unlike Bastic, he doesn't swear, he's more eloquent with his words."
Okay. Okay,
He's
definitely
very
did not see that one.
patient. He's very patient. He's not like Bastic is, for example, very much. He's a wrath demon, so he's very much headstrong. Go into the problem, solve the problem, usually with extreme violence. And Vitus is very much, I am going to let my henchmen take care of that until they need like a boost or whatever, something like that. But yeah, then I have my newest character, which is called Cicada, and I'm mostly using him for Blackstone. And he is, recently I found out that this model is actually from the band Ghost.
Okay.
Which I didn't know. Apparently there's a guitar player that actually looks like this, as a costume like this.
Okay,
I didn't realize that until recently. But he's a Blackstone guard, more or less. He's an auditor there, like basically like the FBI of the city, more or less. And I kind of based him off of Psycho Mantis of Metal Gear Solid. He doesn't speak. Yeah. He mostly growls with this voice mod that I use. And he's more psychically inclined. So, for example, the person that created him, which is Minister Hound from Blackstone, or the city Redstone as it's called now, he was created by Hound and is technically speaking her son, in a way. Even though under this, he is an absolute monstrosity.
Okay.
Apart from that, I have a new character that is it's more like a temporary thing, and I'm really gonna do much with him. He's called Declan, and he's part of somebody else's story. He's like a guy that is telling her, is being nice and everything, but he's, you know, kind of whispering in her ear things that she might not realize he's influencing her instead of being an actual friend. So another villain character. Then I have another one, which I haven't played as much, which is called Chemosh. And he is the brother of a friend of mine's character called Sunil, who is also a demon. And Chemosh
is that the one I saw at Thorn Rose? I'm not...
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This guy is, in a sense, a sort of like god of war kind of thing. Like, he's very, I'm gonna say reclusive, but he's quiet. And he's like the type that used to like whisper in the ears of kings and queens that they should go to war and, you know, do terrible things.
So you have a knack for making like the little dirtbag that just comes around and just like whispers, "You go kill that man."
A little bit. But yeah, that's the Bastic is my main character that I've come to love with a passion. Because he's just an absolute joy to play. To be fair, it is a slight self-insert with my own personality, a little bit.
Oh yeah?
I can be serious when I need to be, but mostly I like to joke around and everything. But on that note, Bastic is very much, he jokes around and everything. He's not the smartest in the world, but most of that is just how he portrays himself. While in, you know, behind the scenes, he's very much, you know, pulling strings, he's extremely strategic. After all, he is a soldier. When it comes down to it, he's just a soldier. And right now, considering he's now running a guild of mercenaries, he's a commander as well. So.
So I gotta ask this because you seem to have the same, like, when I'm Silky, when I'm role-playing Silky, for me it's impossible not to have a smile on my face. Like, she's just my bundle of joy. And from the sound of it, that sounds to be the same thing with you and Bastic. Am I wrong?
Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it is... Like, with him, it is so easy to make friends. Like, I don't know, like his personality is, he used to be a gang member, he used to be a pimp, he's been an absolutely terrible person before he got into the considering he's a demon, he's possessing bodies instead of, you know, just the body is him. So he used to be an absolutely horrible, like, wild animal kind of demon, and he did like horrendous things until, you know, and then he worked for a CEO that also made him do terrible things, which he enjoyed. And that is roughly around when I started role-playing, and kind of all that kind of just was just made up along the way. And it kind of just started working. Things started clicking into place, and I just started making up little story bits and whatnot. And I don't know, even if he is a bit of a dick, especially to a lot of people, his power is anger. Still, people seem to flock to him for some reason.
Because he's a funny guy. I don't know if it's... He's a funny guy with the funny plan. It's like, it's a magnet for trouble, but trouble is fun, so you go with it.
Yeah. Like, you never know where things go with roleplay. Like, I never imagined him to be where he is now, for example.
Dude, that's the two of us. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the same thing with Silky, which was like
Silky's journey. Yeah.
Oh man, Silky's just like, oh, fun little character for a month, and then throwing that shit away. I got other plans, and then it's like, well, shit, I guess she's my main.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, for Bastic, it's been just like starting out in a bar in the slums and kind of working his way up, and then crashing down again. It was a constant stream of just working up, crashing down, working up, crashing down every single time. But he
that's
learned
been going for like
with
2
every
years,
single
like...
step he made. Yeah.
Damn. Like, I've only had Suki for about a year, and I already got like a fucking too much shit to talk about. So,
Yeah,
man, Bastic must have a fucking pedigree to go on.
Yeah, there's a lot to tell. Definitely. If I had to open up the can of worms that is this character, there's a lot that's
There's
been
a
happening.
lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, while we're on that, does Bastic have a goal? Because he seems to be going left and right, up and down everywhere, but like, as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen Bastic go like, oh, this is great for my whatever plan.
Now, see, there's the thing. I did have a goal for him at one point, which, when I started to realize how I wanted to play the character, it was sort of like a couple of months into role playing, or starting to role play. Sort of making up like little things for him to do and everything, and then I realized, he's a demon. He should probably be a bit more powerful than he is. So I kind of like made up this background information, like, okay, working with Blackjack on this because he had more experience. So I thought, help me out with this. So we thought of a thing that Bastic's former boss actually summoned him into the world, into a body that the people at the time knew. But he used to be like an extremely like big bad kind of creature. But because that ritual was botched, he was stripped of his power, stripped of his memories. So the animal kind of learned to be a person in a weird way. And I used that basically. Okay, his goal right now is to return to his former strength, which slowly but surely, and thanks to another person's story, Verix, who made an extremely awesome whole campaign for his villain character, Dr. Neos, which, Jesus, that story was amazing. And eventually, through that, my character unlocked finally his lost power, and from there I kind of didn't have that many goals. Everything that he has now is kind of been both thrust upon him, and at the same time I've kind of just been playing the field a little bit, just see what sticks. And that's how I got the Red Diamonds, for example, the Mercenary Guild. That kind of used to be where the Blackstone server was heading to, because when Diamond City, well, which it was formerly, kind of came to an end, we started thinking, okay, making a mercenary guild out of the server, that might be cool. That kind of fell through because things just, didn't really align very well with what the staff kind of wanted. So that's when the Flying City came into place. And instead of Blackjack's character Ray running the guild, he gave it to Bastic, which, of course, Bastic, he didn't want any kind of responsibility. He just wanted to be a free man, do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and just play ball, basically. Then he was thrust into a position of leadership, and ever since then, he's just been running his little gang of trigger-happy psychos.
And boy, do they do a job.
Yep.
So, I know Bastic has like a grandson, son, not sure, like Loki, whatever status that
yeah.
like.
Yeah, the family, yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck family does Bastic have? Because I'm hearing
So-
stuff here and there, but like the picture's
now-
impossible to make.
Yeah, so right now the family I think is close to 20 people in total.
Okay.
So yeah, if not over, by the way.
So there's a
But
good reason why I
the
don't
thing
get
about
it.
yeah, no, definitely. There's a couple of people that don't really roleplay as much anymore, or not at all, or just do other projects, so we don't really see them as that family member, as much or anymore. Which is it's a shame, but you know it happens.
It happens.
People
It's
fall in
life.
and out of roleplay. It's life, exactly. But yeah, that's kind of been Mastic's new goal, kind of, because not long after the whole Diamond City thing, his in-character girlfriend got killed, which was because another person that was in a roleplay kind of stopped roleplaying.
Hmm.
So we had to think of a way. Okay, what would be like good character development? How about your girlfriend being dead? Hell yeah!
We always love a
So,
good death.
Yeah, exactly. So he kind of went on a rampage at first, where he got his black suit, like that, what I call his depression suit, and it was like a few months after that where I feel you probably know her, Sakura Bunny, who plays like the little cat girl Sakura. We were like friends for a little bit, and I drop by the Scholar's Nook every now and then, where her character worked, and I knew the character Ferris a little bit. We weren't really, we were acquaintances, but I wouldn't really say that, or at least like our characters were acquaintances. We weren't really like talk to each other every day or anything. But the funny bit is that all of a sudden somebody, I think it was Ray, or I think it was Oddities Trader's character, Carter Rain, who said he was single. And all of a sudden, Sakura just blurted out, "Oh, you can date my grandma." And of course, Bastic's immediate reaction is, "I don't want to date anybody's grandma. Like, what?" And then Sakura sent me a picture through Discord to like represent like, okay, what Bastic is seeing, and he was immediately just like, "Fuck me, I kind of want to date your grandma." So that is where I met my friend Rose, 2299X Rose, who plays Sakura's grandmother Andromeda, who is the mother of Ferris, as well as the other Kazan children. And it kind of went into like a weird situation, as I had met Rose only once before that, and all of a sudden
Okay.
I got a DM from her, just a winky face and a progression picture in Unity of the new Andromeda model. And I was just like, wait, what the fuck is happening? What's going on here? And like weeks went by, and the character suddenly dropped into the bar that my character owned. And
Okay.
it was one of those moments where both in and out of character, you didn't really know what to say, because you never met this person, so you kind of don't know what the line is, you know?
Mhm.
So I kind of just rolled with that, and was like, basically just looking at her and was like, for the first time in my life, somebody managed to shut me up, and I have no idea what to do now. He's always talking. He's always calling people out, or just talking shit, or just joking around. That's the first time somebody ever made him quiet. And well, let's just say they had a night of fun after that. And
Nice.
the next day, I went into the Scholar's Nook again, funny thing is, rolled a 1, a nat 1 for that encounter. Like, not like that it wasn't a good time, but Bastic was damaged. Like he had scratches and bite marks. That's what was said. So the next day, I rolled into the nook, kind of like limping and being like, "Ow, ow, ow." And I had told Blackjack about that, and his character Ray suddenly looked under Bastic's collar, saw the marks, and he knew that Andromeda had visited him. So he turns around, looks at Ferris, and then suddenly looks back at me and is going like, "Oh." To which it came out that, well, and Bastic had a night of fun with Ferris's mom, and then Ferris gave him the stink eye like a motherfucker. And ever since then, like, Bastic and Andromeda have been dating and just having fun until they realize they are just, getting more and more into an actual relationship. And Bastic has just been kind of like a father to her children as well, to the point where he says, "You are my babies."
Oh man, that's cool.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like the whole family. All of the people that play in the family are absolute joys to be around and play with, and it's just been great. We have like a lot of good moments. Like we had a whole rescue mission for Fenrir. Loki plays Fenrir. We have a new addition coming to the family. As well through Ghosty Mun's character, who is playing Ferris' girlfriend, called Violet. The family just keeps expanding. It's amazing.
Nice, dude. I love these kind of stories. It's like,
Yeah. And that's kind of been my character's new goal. Instead of just doing things for himself, he's been doing it for his family. So
nice.
Everything he does is to make sure his family is safe. It definitely has a purpose, yeah.
Nice. What would you say, like, if you put Bastic in the game and level 100 is like max level, why do you think Bastic would stand in there? Like, what would be his level?
Ooh. Yikes. Oh, that is that's a hard one, because everybody thinks their character is like the level 100 or level, but on a good scale, I'd say, if I had to put in like D&D terms, for example, I think he'd about be like level 10 character maybe. So I think about, out of 100, probably like 50 or something, 55 maybe.
Really? Okay. Cause see, I'm seeing Silky somewhere around 60, 70-ish, somewhere in there. Cause she's a lot more badass than she looks. But I would assume Bastic's a heck of a lot tougher. He's a much bigger cookie than Silky.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't like to think of my character too much as one of those, what I like to call, every server has the guy, if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
Or like that person, the one that's the most powerful of them all, or anything. Is like, I'm trying not to be anything like that. In terms of
Well,
when you strip
like...
Bastic of everything that he has, like his guild, his family, he's nothing. He can take a punch, he can give them out, but he'd be nothing without them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're surprising me. I thought he had like some secret bullshit, like demon powers, like, oh, I'm gonna split fucking the earth and you're just gonna, I don't know. Like, he seems like a hell of a powerful guy.
No. He's a barbarian, to put it in D&D terms.
Hmm.
He's recently had like a combat upgrade of his of my heavy combat avatar, where I can like pull rocks out of the ground, just throw them at people, or just slam the sword into the ground, just have like a trail of fire coming out, that sort of thing. But all in all, I like to think that the only reason he's powerful is because a Wrath Demon as a barbarian is in essence just physically imposing.
Hmm.
But other than that, all the people backing him up is what makes him powerful. Because he's been steadily collecting a lot of powerful people from the metaverse for the guild and
I mean,
whatnot. So
he does make friends easy, so that's not surprising.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. When you got the Riz, you gotta use them. It's fucking cringe.
What would you say is like the most unplanned for change for Bastic? Like the thing that just you were just rolling with the flow. It's like, oh, I guess I'm doing that now. Just fuck off with it.
Almost everything that I've done up until now. Like for real, I except for things for the server and the lobby and whatnot, I hardly ever really plan anything for Basic. I'm very much rolling with the punches. Because that for me brings out the most enjoyment and the most interesting stories. Because if you plan out everything, then the only thing you're gonna get is, okay, you did that, but either
Now
nobody
what?
knows that you did that, or you gotta tell them that you did that, and okay, that just happened, but nobody has any other stories of, oh yeah, no, we went into that place and there were so many people, we had to go and get this and destroy that and everything. That's just your character then telling it, instead of like a group of characters having an experience.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I get that. See, I like to plan like little bits and pieces. Like, I want Suki to have this at some point.
sure.
I don't know how, but she's gonna get that at some point. But like,
Oh sure, there's one big thing that I did plan though for a long while. My buddy Rin that made my Vitus character. He had been working on my model for a bit, my old model, and he told me how horrendous it is to work on that model. 'Cause it's a model from DeviantArt somewhere, and it was just terrible to work with. And I already wanted a new model at some point, which is this one. But yeah, I kind of had the idea of, ever since he'd like be getting his power back, slowly the body they'd be using would just die out at one point. Considering like the human body cannot contain all the rage and the demonic power and whatnot. So it had been slowly dying for like 6 months because I couldn't find an avatar that I liked.
like, this is gonna happen. Oh shit! Now I gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was going to be planned that the body would just die out at one point. I just didn't know how yet. Until one of the staff members in Blackstone, also a buddy of mine, Resendal, had this like priest character that sometimes would come around Blackstone every now and then. And we had this idea of, why doesn't the priest kill him? Because the priest was in the Blackstone story, one of the people that were part of an order that really despised Bastig, because he's technically like the son of the devil of our world, but like a very small sliver of him. Even though still demon against priest wants him dead for sure. So how did that eventually happen is, in the new map that we have, which is called Redstone City, we just said, okay, when the time is right, when the model is done, we're going to have a little fight Basic's going to be lured out, and because, as I said, he's very headstrong, wrath demon, so he wants to get, a little bit of payback for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be dumb, and he's going to go in alone, thinking, "Oh, I can take this asshole. He's just a priest, just a human priest. I can take him." Until he realized he can't take him.
He done goofed.
And so eventually the body is just completely disintegrated by holy energy.
Mm.
And I had to have like a 2-week character lock on that. That was fun. Because the cool thing about it is that I already had the family, and at that point I was streaming that whole thing. And what I didn't expect when I sent out the message that I had prepared is that for them to suddenly jump into VR chat and help us out with that scene.
Okay.
Like they suddenly, like 4 or 5 people suddenly just streamed in and just tried to find out what the hell happened. And the only thing they found left was a pile of ash and his clothes.
Okay.
So then the whole mourning process started, and I had him be... he managed to hold on long enough to jump into, like, a squirrel. And then he just slowly but surely found his way back by jumping into different bodies. It was kind of like slumming it through the world, trying to find his way back for like 2 weeks straight. And that's where the new body basically came in, which was made by one of his daughters, Maribel. And that's also how I got the female version of this, made by LB Vermillion, because we would find it incredibly funny for him to... Oh, I can show you real quick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, hold on. I gotta stand for this because there's a skirt. Hold on.
Holy shit.
So
okay.
Yeah, this is Femstick.
Oh boy. Okay.
And the first time I dropped this bad boy, bad girl, into the Blackstone sessions, I realized what it was like to be a woman for the first time ever, and how bad some women have it every now and then, because nobody, and I mean literally everybody I came across, just started talking about my bass tits. Like, for real, that was the only thing I heard the moment people walked up to me. Like, it's me, so people know I can take a joke, so it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm just like, wow, this is what women must feel like almost every day. It's in some places. Like, holy shit, I just realized something. This is awful.
I done fucked up.
For me,
I'm learning stuff.
For me, right now in roleplay, it's funny, but it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. But yeah, and there's been a riot with that. Like, things have just progressed in such ways that I just never expected.
Dude, it's a fucking story and a half. God damn.
There's so much more to add.
Oh, I bet. I fucking bet. but I want to be here for 10 hours, and I know you're gonna have to go to bed at some point, or at least do some other shit.
No, we're good. We're good.
I don't have a way to segue to the next part, so I'm just gonna have to go for another question, like, right, bam, and no fucking, no flow on that one, but fuck it.
It's cool.
How many servers do you think you're in right now?
I mean, I got Discord open. I could count.
I mean, you don't have to count. Some people
just
gave me some fucking crazy numbers.
I'm not in as many servers as other people are. just the ones I am active in. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's keep it on even 10, 11. That's where I'm active in. I'm in a lot more servers. But yeah, I've been around.
Well, 10, 11 is not that bad of a number. That's about what I'm doing too. And like, between day job and all the shit you gotta do, like, it's okay. I was expecting a lot more. Because I swear to God, every place I go, you're there. So it's like, Jesus Christ, the amount of servers this guy must be in. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm in quite a few. I've been in a lot of places that people recommended me. Sometimes it just wasn't for me, or it just didn't have a character to really fit in there. It's all those kinds of reasons, you know.
Yeah.
Like for example, I occasionally go to Orlando Soccer, which is a beautiful map. It's just I personally, with at least my characters, I don't know what to do there.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not the first to tell me
in
that.
other places. Oh no, it's definitely like everybody who's there, they either have a purpose for there, or they are, for example, like a Pokemon trainer. That's like a big thing over there, as far as I'm aware. So, if your character is into that stuff, then that's the perfect place to go. And for example, Arcala City, I sometimes go there as Bastic, just for funsies because some friends go there. And there's like not we, but one of my character's friends, Gabumon, is like a close ally that everybody knows Gabumon. And he's opened up a branch
another one of those names that just goes around the place.
Exactly. He and his, Digimon tamer, Rin, who's the same guy that makes my models, they open up a branch of their in-character company, Digion Industries. And at the same time, it is also a Red Diamond's office to a degree, because on the billboard is Digion Industries and what they sell, and then in the corner there's a little Red Diamond's a little bit of marketing that says, "Do you need some hired guns and or psychos?" And yeah, for example, like that's a big community for like Digimon, for example, as well as the Devil May Cry RP. There's a lot of things for everybody everywhere, and sometimes for me, either it doesn't work out time-wise, or it's just not my thing, and that's completely fine. I find my thing to do in other places, for example.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, not everything's for everybody.
Exactly. And I just hang out with friends, or if my character has business there somewhere, he just goes there, has a drink, and talks to the people he needs to talk to, and then just hang out. Like.
Are you a DM in any server? Because I mean.
Yeah. Obviously I'm in Blackstone as a DM for the Red Diamonds. Technically, I do own it, but I haven't really done many missions for it, except one specific one. I do plan on doing more of that.
Well, I mean, you get bombarded with people making shit that just goes, "Hey, we're open for Blackstone and Redstone," and like all. So you got some luxury in there.
A little bit. I had been asked to help DM for Destruction Catacombs, which is, if you've heard about it, the whole Nightmare arc that's mostly run from with Arcala people. So I just help out with DMing and coming up with like a few ideas here and there, or just that sort of thing. Other than that, No, I don't really DM. I don't really have that much DM experience. That's the thing. Except for like doing combat stuff in Blackstone here and there, and then I'm mostly just doing the story and doing NPC coordination. I leave to the people who are more experienced in that.
Yeah, NPC coordination's a bitch. Like, oh boy.
Oh, absolutely. Like I keep stumbling across my words all the time, as I'm not a native English speaker. Sometimes talking too fast, I just stumble on over my words.
You and me both. You and me both. I have this question written out, so I'm gonna ask it anyway, but I think
Sure.
I know the answer. Which is your favorite server and why?
I don't like to pick favorites. That's the thing.
Well, I'm assuming it's Blackstone, because I mean, it's like your kind of your baby.
It's got a special place in my heart for sure. Second place would be the Red Diamonds, and because I've just been alongside the staff. Just been pouring my heart and soul in there, and just trying to make sure there's enough to do for everybody involved. And I will admit,
I think you're doing a great
I'm
job.
I appreciate that. Then again, I will admit I'm very forgetful, so a bunch of stuff that either should have happened already, or things that should have been written down, or anything like that, that either comes in a bit too late at times, or has not been done at all. Like a good example, I still need to write down a lot of lore for the world and whatnot to make it easier for people. I keep forgetting. But I do try, and just like my character, I would not be able to do any of this without the staff. They are without a doubt the backbone of the entire thing. I'm just sometimes saying yes or no to things, or and just in general, we're all running it, and we are all the people that are well, you get my drift.
So you're basically the guy at the desk. The book comes around. He's like, "Oh yes, I approve. This is good." What the fuck is that? It's like,
to a degree, I do come up with ideas myself and handle most things on user base at times. But yeah, for example, Resendal works on the map, constantly updates it. We call quite often to talk about the map and just to see progress, and maybe do put other things in there. Staff meetings, obviously. We have Mars, who is a wonderful DM, has a lot of experience, great story writer, and has also put a lot of effort into the story of the city. Yellow Linked, absolutely amazing moderator, as well as gives a lot of input. Runs around with us also when we're doing like map stuff, giving input and everything. I could not dream of a better team, at least for Blackstone.
Nice.
And of course Jack is there too. He hasn't been around as much lately, but you know, everybody's got IRL stuff or anything like that. And he was also like the brain behind most of what Diamond City was at the time. Actually, everything. The whole reason we went steampunk at one point was his idea too, and that really worked well for a lot of people. This time around, the kind of like area and everything is my idea. I've been trying to do my best, and convey a lot of what's happening, what people are feeling, and everything else. So yeah, everybody has a bit of themselves in
Dude,
the world, in the map.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cause like I've only done so few interviews, but I talk to people. Like I just love to hear people's story, what they have to say, and all that. And what you're telling me is like the dream community and what a lot of people want. Cause I hear so many people complain. It's like, oh, it's the one man at the top doing everything, and he's not giving a shit about people down below. And it's like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's the only problem when you have like a giant community as big as the roleplay community, for example. Unfortunately, what you constantly hear is this person doesn't like that person, but for example, you are friends with both people and you see no problem with either one of them, for example. But they don't like each other because of one reason or another. So there is a measure of professionalism. Not really, and sometimes yes. That's the weird part. Most of the time you don't really have to pick sides, and sometimes you do. But I personally choose to just, at the very let's say for example somebody did some wrong. If I like to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. But if they, for example, come with like proof, I don't know, like screenshots of DMs or like a clip of a stream, for example, that kind of like is very condemning, then it was like, okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, can't go against that.
Yeah, that's the only sucky part about running a community or being a moderator in general. At times, as just a player, you don't really see much of what people do and say, and then all of a sudden, when you become a moderator or whatever, you just sometimes have to deal with just either nasty people or just nasty comments, and it can be kind of
a bummer,
like mentally draining, a bummer as well. But at like 90% of everything that's going on is amazing, so that's still like 90% yes, it's great.
Yeah. Is there anything you look for in a community? Like if someone invites you to something, what's your like reason to join or not join, or be like you drop it after a while? Like you have a goal looking in there?
Not really. I'm kind of down to clown as long as like, I don't know.
Just a vibe, I guess.
Like I'm not much for closed RP. Then again, I never really have tried any closed RPs. Mostly because model making and whatnot, I would have to have a whole new character model made and that sort of thing. I just find out about RPs, and if they fit in my schedule, I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm just gonna drop by, see if it's any seats for me, and if not, I might just drop by every now and then, maybe talk with friends, or I can drop by a lot more. It really depends. Like I'm down for basically anything, really.
You sound like a surfer guy that's just rolling with the flow. It's just like, that was a good wave. I was on that one. That one was all right. I was on that one too.
Oh yeah, no. It's like I said, I just roll with the punches, and that's way more fun way to play for me. It's because for example, at least with this character, for example, there's Blackstone. I've been to Cyberpunk Metaverse. I've been to Red Wilds. I've been Polomanskaya. I've been to the Incinerares. Orlando Saka, Arcala, and it's every place had its own little bit of which I thought, okay, yeah, I'm enjoying it to a degree, and some places were I'm a bit more. I was either a bit more involved, or I was not at all involved.
Hmm.
And I think that's more of the reason why somebody would stay, is depending on how involved they are. Because in some places, you do have this whole kind of like clique situation, you know? There's this group of people that do this thing in this place, and if you don't have a
It's just
specific
vibes.
character for that, you're not really going to, you know, be involved with anything, which is fine.
Yeah.
So that's why people make specific characters for specific servers, for example. But yeah, I'm just more of I'll just try anything really.
All right. And
I'll see what sticks.
I guess this is gonna be my last question, because I have a section for Game Master which won't fit you. Is there like anything you wish some servers would do? Like something you found one place and be like, that's fucking genius! Why ain't nobody else doing this? What the fuck? Or like, yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, like for example, what my server has with the whole outside being dangerous and everything, and we just DM people, you know, going out scavenging for supplies, that sort of thing. That was something that I was at the time. The server doesn't exist anymore. It's called the Foreign Roses, and well, you know about that. Where I was a moderator there, and yeah, they had the same concept, but it was more like Monster Hunter kind of situation, which
it was fun. I had a blast there.
Yeah, me too, and that kind of inspired me for the outside area Redstone, which I think a few places do the same thing. They did it way before us, but still. So we kind of copied other people, but I haven't really found a place where I would say I wish other places did more of this there.
Okay.
And I have that mentality more because if they did, then there would be no reason to go to that place.
Alright.
Like a good example is the Red Wilds. They have a map which is this giant arena that can change into different fields, like a desert kind of plain, or like a snowy forest, or like this whole whatchamacallit, like never mind, forgotten what it's called.
I've never been there,
yeah,
so I can't help you on that one.
The arena can change into... Not exactly, but the arena can change into all kinds of things. And then they just have, like, the guild map, for example, which is just a common, like village kind of situation, which is extremely awesome. And then, for example, Polomanskaya has... Oh, fuck, I think they have, like, 3-4 different maps, which they constantly switch around with, I think. And there's just so much to do because the team there is just constantly thinking of new things to do, which is awesome because they have one of my favorite DMs, Riders Lorton, who also does Talaria, by the way. Forgot to mention that one because Talaria is its own role play, which is more mission based, where basically just players go on a mission for the character writers and go and try to find an artifact, or just do this. And
so it's the mission of the week.
So he just has like kind of, yeah. So for example, he just has like a mission-based server, which has a lot of world building inside of it. Because the characters of that world are also involved with the mission, so you learn more and more about the world around it when you join more missions. So that's a cool concept. And then, like I said, Polomanskaya has a lot of is very Metro 2033 inspired, as well as their own ideas in there. and they have a also kind of an outside area where you can fight like mutants and everything, go for scrap. The Let's see. The Engineers had a lot of that too, with the mansion, where basically if you go outside the mansion, that is basically just no man's land.
Mm.
It's awesome. They have their own whole city now, even.
I've not been since the mansion.
let's see.
I've been told it changed a lot, but Silky had no fucking reason to go back, so I was like, fuck.
Yeah, my character does, but I keep I keep not having the time to go to some certain places, or I keep looking at the time and it's like, oh, I could go there, but I'm incredibly tired. Let's see. Cyberpunk, for example, has just the bar area basically, and then just go do crackhead missions just right in the middle of the session, for example, which is nuts but amazing at the same time. And every single server has their own thing, and if people want to copy that, that's just to me that's just kind of like a love note in a way, as long as you don't copy it completely.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's good that that a lot of people don't really take much of the same thing from different servers, because then, like I said, there wouldn't be really a reason to visit those other places, and you couldn't meet new people, find out new stories. Damn,
that's some fucking good words. I'll roll with that. Let's go. So, if you have one person that you wanna like invite here, some place you like, anybody, if you wanna fucking shout out to them, cameras and over there, and otherwise, that was all the questions that I had.
Okay. If you want to talk DM stuff, definitely Writers is the one to go. He absolutely amazing DM. I think he would have some good tips and tricks to give the people for sure.
All right. I'd say I'll take a note, but I'll fucking watch the video when I upload it.
Ooh, as well as Kraken 160th. 160th. He plays Al, or Alak Kafadin, basically. I think like the brother of Cthulhu, I believe it was.
Okay.
It was an amazing character. He made the Red Diamonds Pocket Realm map as well. He's a councilman for the Red Diamonds and everything. And he's been an absolute amazing DM as well for his own things called the Kessler contracts, which has to do with this villain character. Not really a villain, but more like, you know what I mean.
Anti-hero kind of thing.
It's yeah, you know what it's about. You've been in those missions with Botkins and everything. Yeah, you can attest. He's an amazing DM. I think he'd have some good tips and tricks as well. Absolutely.
Right. Well, I'll keep those in check. I mean, they're going to be there, so I'll try to poke at one of them at least. So, fucking, thank you so much for coming. Like I said, I didn't think you'd find a time or interest, so I'm very happy you came. I hope you had a good time. I sure as fuck did.
I'm fucking humbled to even be asked.
Well, I can tell you that it's likewise, because I was like, dude, if he says yes, like, fuck yeah. So
no, it's we're all just people playing make believe online. It's
I
not that big of a
I know,
deal.
but there's a few of those people that you don't know. You're like, am I threading on something here? Like, I know you're trying to be a big guy, but like, oh shit.
Oh no, that's for sure. That like most of the people that I've come across are absolute darlings, dolls, everything. I'm not gonna name names, but there's still some people out there, just like in real life, that they have their ego is a bit too inflated.
And you never know between the character and the person behind. Like, some people are very convincing in their roleplay, so you're just like, oh man, what the fuck? Like, you seem like a nice guy. I'm talking to you outside of roleplays, like, you don't seem like a nice guy. Holy shit, oh fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, that can happen, but fortunately, rarely happens, because
Yeah.
most of the people are just amazing.
They're in for a
Every
good
single
time,
one of them.
right? Well, I'll be damned. That was actually kind of interesting. Alright, I guess that's good enough for a subscribe. Boost some motivation. And you should too! If you got all the way up to this part, might as well do that. It's not hard. It's a lot easier to hit that subscribe button than making these videos, I guess. Or at least that's what I'm going to do. Alright, bye-bye.